Hi, I'm going to give you a quick overview of this trading card game maker I've been working on. So if you wanted to make your own trading card game, you could probably use this program to help you. So first, when the player opens up the game, they'll be presented with the main menu. If they click on play, you could either choose single player and fight a match against a computer controlled opponent, or they could connect to a main server. Like if you released your own game and they clicked on here, it would just connect them to your main server that you have set up. And they also have the option to set up their own public servers that people can connect to, so they could kind of make their own card sets. And then if they clicked on connect, it would show a list of all the public servers set up, and they'd be able to connect to them. And you also have the option to set up a private server, so if they wanted to set up their own that only certain people could connect to, they could do that as well. And if the player had their server address, they'd be able to connect to it. And then we'll move on to the player's collection. It shows all the cards that they currently have. Here on the side it shows different sets. I only got the one set released at the moment, plus the booster pack, miscellaneous. You could scroll through the pages, and this in the bottom left shows how many of that card they currently own, and this number here shows how many they have in their deck at the moment. So now let's go get some cards, because we don't actually have any at the moment. So you could actually go to the store, and here you could have a list of all booster packs for all the different sets you have released, and they could buy it here with the in-game currency they earn, or if they donated anything, they could purchase it with this as well, different currency. So buy 5-6 packs. Now that we have some booster packs, we can go to our collection and actually open them. So it's set up so when they click it, it shows all the 5 cards that they'll randomly be getting, and then when they click on this first one, randomly generates that card, and then it generates each card as they pick it. And this last one, it's has a chance to be a rare card, or ultra rare, super rare, legendary, and when they pick that, it gives them one of those depending which was chosen. And when they're all out of booster packs, they can't open anymore, so go to our collection, and now we actually have cards. Then to add them to your deck, right click, and you could also set the card limit. Like I only have it set up so they could only have 2 copies of each card in their deck, so I can't add any more of this card because they already put 2 in there. And you could change this however you want. Like if you wanted 4 of a certain card allowed in a deck, you could definitely do that. And if any cards are in your deck, you could also left click to get a bigger picture of the card. And if you wanted to take it out of your deck and put a different card in there, go to basic weapon, right click it, take it out of your deck, and put it back into your collection. Then you can put a different card there. And now the player's deck's all made. It has all 20 cards. You could set the deck size however you want, if you want them to have 30 cards in their deck. And then we'll move on to the gameplay. Alright, first I'm just going to show you gameplay against a computer controlled opponent. Not everything's really set up yet though, so expect some things not to work. If you click on single player, well, deal both players' decks, and it randomly decides who goes first each time. So the opponent went first, so he was able to play that card, and then he gave the turn over to me. So now I got 1 mana, and I can play this card. And this ability actually is set up, so whenever I play this unit, I could give a unit 2 damage. So if I play it, give him 2 damage, and then end my turn, opponent will go, pass his turn to me, and play that card. And you could actually attack. You could attack the player's cards on the field or the commander. So attack him, does 4 damage, and can't attack with this card yet because it still has summoning sickness. So pass the turn to the opponent. And the computer, all it has set up is to draw cards, play cards if it has them. It doesn't actually attack or do anything yet. So cast a spell, deal 2 damage. And creatures do damage to each other, destroy each other. And then the soldier has the ability, when it dies, I draw a card. So if I was to attack him, he dies, I draw 1 card. The reason it did that is because each turn I actually have this set up. I could deal 2 damage to an enemy each turn, and I accidentally did that to myself. So, so there's the basic gameplay mechanics. Cards attack, they do damage to each other, damage is saved, card gets destroyed when it has no life left, deal damage to the opponent. And everything's kept track of here. So now I'll show you a multiplayer game, how that goes across server. Okay, so I just went ahead and made 2 different clients here. Made the server client where you host your main server on, and the player client. And all it is just checking this if you want the main server, or if you want to make a player client, then you just uncheck that. But I will open up the main server, and it's just a button that helps you set it up. You can name it whatever you want, card server, start it, and your server is set up. And I got 2 player clients open here, they can now connect to it. Now this IP address, it's just finding any open connections on my computer. If you had your own server, you'd have to type in something different here, whatever your IP address is. But they'd be able to connect to it. And then it would show all the players who are connected currently. Like if I was to connect here, I'll just put a different name and connect, and he'll pop up in the list. And made it so you can't challenge yourself or trade yourself, but you can challenge the other players. And if you click cancel, it'll tell him that you have canceled the challenge. And if he declines the challenge, it'll tell you that he declined it. But let's go ahead and accept, and it'll start up a match. And it rolled, and this player is allowed to go first, so play the conscript card. It plays on both clients. Add the 2 attack, and adds the attack to both clients, and I'll end my turn. And it's going to be the exact same deck and the same hand, just because it loads my deck for both of them. If this was like another player on a different computer with a different deck, it would load his deck. But that gets sent properly. Play a soldier. Attack the other player. So now here it says that I have 26 health left, and here the other player has 26 health left. And pass the turn to him. I'm just going to be making the same plays just because it's the same deck. But attack him, and then you'll notice I draw a card on both clients. He drew a card. And I could play for, give another unit 2 health, and I play him. I could give my conscript 2 health, and it goes across both players. End turn. You know, spells aren't set up yet, but I'm sure by the time this comes out, I'll cast it, and I'll just do it on the one client. It doesn't do it across server or anything, but that's an easy fix. Draw a card, end my turn. And that's pretty much multiplayer set up. Everything seems to be working properly. And the reason it's actually going over here is because that's where your commander is. If I was to attack him, go attack your commander, and that's why. In the following videos, I'll show you how to go about creating new cards, adding them to the game, creating new card effects, creating new card sets, as well as how to change the game board layout and rules to allow you to set up your own custom game. So, like, you can make your field here, and then you could have like support cards in this lane. Probably resize your game board, make it a bit bigger, and show you how to move your hand back, a bunch of other stuff.